All right. Think I'm live? Think I'm live? Let's test this out. How's everybody doing? What's going on? Hope we're live. Hope I'm still live. Looks like everything's well. Let's check it out. Gonna be drawing my portrait here once again. I painted it the other day. I'll show you guys. Show you guys a reference photo. So I'm going to be painting the one to the left. I painted this in watercolor just the other day. But before I get started, so check it out. I have some artwork available on SchaeferFineArt.com. Got some watercolors and some small gouache paintings as well. I'm definitely going to be adding some more gouache paintings to the mix on there, so definitely check out those. And I got some good news. Just yesterday, I sold 3 watercolor paintings, so they're definitely going quickly. Trying to create some more here, put some more up for sale. So SchaeferFineArt.com, you guys can check that out. Like I said, watercolors and gouache paintings for sale. Really cool. But today, yeah, so definitely appreciate everybody that supports my work, whether you support me on Patreon or PayPal, Venmo, whatever it is, watching these videos, however you support me, greatly appreciate it. So definitely check this out. Yeah, I'm going to be drawing a portrait. So for anybody that might have missed it, this is what I painted the other day. Man, it looks terrible on this camera. Yeah, this camera is just not the best quality for getting like an image of artwork, but here, let me see if I can show it on my webcam. So here is the painting I did. Still not the best quality, but get the idea. Kind of looks like me. But yeah. Normally I would draw something first and then paint it and use the drawing as like a study. So anyway, thanks for joining everybody. How's everybody doing? It looks much better, much better in person. It's just the quality of the camera I have is just not that great. But anyway, so let's start out drawing this thing. Sorry folks, I set up both my monitors today. Like I have a double setup, so I'm trying to get used to it. My other monitor's over here, so like I'm yeah, trying to figure things out. But okay, my photograph is over here. Let's get this going. So for this, you know, I don't know how accurate it's going to end up being. It's more of like a sketch, so. Hello there, name I can't pronounce. TV. Is that Japanese or Chinese or Korean? I used to know a little bit of Japanese, but it doesn't look like Japanese. But what do I know? It's been many years since I knew. Studied any of the kanji. Yeah, that was like 10 years ago. But anyway, let's get started here. I'm just gonna block this in quickly, and maybe I'll do some measuring to double check myself. Maybe I might just skip that. You know, I don't know if this is gonna end up looking like me, but I'm just trying to go for a portrait. So we'll just make it look like a portrait, at least. That's at least my goal, minimum goal here. So we'll see if I can pull that off, hopefully. It's always difficult, man, on these live streams. You guys are a tough audience, man. You guys keep me on my toes, that's for sure. And you know, to get something really detailed and you know, a likeness or whatever, it could take a while, you know. So I'm not really going to spend a lot of time on something like that, but I'm going to do my best here. So it looks like I already have some issues. So my beard should come down further in this triangular section. So for anybody that might have missed it, I'll show you real quick. I'm doing the one on the left, the one that's more in light. So that's my reference photo for anyone tuning in now. And thanks for joining, everybody. Hello, Elf Chosen. Hello, Thrunda Wolf. What's going on? Glad to see everybody back again, man. We always have a good good crowd of the same folks, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see the same people back every once in a while. Thank you guys for supporting me, man, and watching these videos and commenting and all that stuff. I just try to do my best here. So now I'm going to start guesstimating my face, which is what I've been avoiding. That's why I've been working down here, because I'm just avoiding this. I'm avoiding actually drawing this portrait. But the only way to start getting something blocked in is to just we'll get something on the page and then correct it if need be. But we got to start with a few marks. And you can see how quickly I'm just trying to get a feel for where everything's going to be. And, you know, like I said, probably not going to be perfect, of course, but we'll get it. I'm going to get it as close as I can, hopefully. I just drew this the other day for that watercolor painting, so hopefully I can do the same thing. So my eyes look a little above halfway due to my beard. So my eyes should be, let's do with the eyebrows. And I don't know how detailed I'm going to get with this thing, probably not super detailed. You guys know how I usually am. Just keep it kind of sketchy. Try to so I'm going to treat the eye sockets as kind of like almost like a pair of sunglasses first, just to try to get the overall. Let me see if I can darken this down for you guys, see more of it. Zoom in. There we go. That's pretty good. One second. Just trying to adjust this a bit. I'm drawing pretty lightly to start out with, so it might be a little hard to see in these beginning stages, but we'll do some pen and ink and try to get it inked in. So what are you looking for when it comes to drawing paper? Surface, weight? This is just a regular sketchbook. You know, nothing too crazy. Let me see, so what it is it's a tone tan sketchbook. It is 80 pounds. So I'm not sure how they do that internationally with paper, but this one is 80-pound paper and medium surface, just sketch paper, you know. Nothing too crazy, you know. I don't see these as like super finished drawings or anything. This is just me having fun on a live stream, you know. So I don't really think too much about the drawings and stuff like this. What I really love to do is the painting, the watercolor painting and stuff. Sorry to hear that, Yami. Said you tried watercolor again, it still looks like dog vomit. Maybe you should try painting dog vomit, it might look different, I don't know. Oh jeez. That's unfortunate. Yeah, watercolor is really difficult, man. It just definitely takes a lot of practice. Definitely takes a lot of practice. You know, I've been practicing watercolor for over 2 years now. And I still create crappy paintings every once in a while, especially plein air. It's been a while. I feel like it's been a while since I've done a crappy plein air painting, but I think I'm just gotten lucky. So many live streams. Yeah, and we're at number 62. So I've done a lot of these, man. Done a lot of these so far, and just in a few months. I'm trying to do them every day if I can, because you guys like seeing them. I like doing them. So put a smiley face on it for now. I mean, I have a question. I just learned that watercolor pencils exist, and I don't know how to use them. How do you use them? Well, I don't know. I've never used watercolor pencils. That's a question for Google. I think you, I'm guessing. So I think you color with them, and then you add water to them, and it kind of like blends them or something. I really don't know. I have no idea. I've never used them. I'm really not a fan of color pencils. I really cannot stand color pencils at all, to be honest. I don't know why. I've just never gotten into them. You know, I've used them as a kid. I've tried using them. I tried getting into them. Not my thing. I just can't do it. I don't like the feeling of them. I don't like how long it takes. Like, one time recently, like the last few years, I started trying to use color pencils, and I found myself asking, like, why am I coloring this with color pencil? It's taking forever. Like, I could easily fill this in with paint in like no time. Like, why am I torturing myself with color pencils? So, just not my thing personally. So yeah, unfortunately, you gotta go ask Google and YouTube for that. I apologize, but you know, I just do my thing. Like, I just do watercolor painting and pen and ink right now. That's kind of what I'm focused on doing for the next forever, as far as I can tell. So I'm focusing now. I'm trying to get some of the line of the shadow here going up the face. Just, you know, I'm just trying to block this in a bit more, trying to get an idea of, is it looking good? I mean, it seems like the eyes are in the right spot. It seems like things are panning out for the most part. I look a bit angry, but it is kind of my natural look. I do kind of look, with my weird eyebrows, I kind of always look angry. And my crazy hair. So I guess I think it's looking pretty good then if I look angry. So I just want to get enough stuff down so that when I start, I can start pen and ink in this thing. And that's going to be a whole different, I've never really done a pen and ink portrait ever, I don't think. I can't even, have I ever done a pen and ink portrait? Asking myself this, of course. I don't think I have. So this is like another first. You know, the other day was that watercolored self-portrait. I mean, I haven't really done very many portraits at all. You know, years and years ago I tried doing watercolor portraits. Wasn't that great. And just the other day was kind of my first try, my first go at it. So this is another first today, pen and ink portrait. So yeah, this could turn out being really awful. So hope you guys are prepared for that. Prepared to waste your time watching an awful video. Hopefully not. I'm doing my best here, folks. Okay, getting somewhere. Let's back this out a little bit because it looks a little bit crazy. Yeah, so we're getting somewhere. I'm working on big shapes first, so that's why it might look a little bit crazy. You know, with my eye, the way my eye sockets are. I'm trying to get things built in a bit first before I get too detailed, get too carried away. Trying to get the nostrils now. We'll see if I can get some little bit of nostrils in there. Okay, I think that's pretty close, something like that. Haven't figured out how I'm going to shade this thing. Am I going to do the vertical lines only, or am I just gonna follow the form, do some crazy stuff? You know, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see what I end up just randomly doing with once I get the pen and ink out, or the pens out rather. The ink is inside the pens. All right, so we got a nice light shape there on the side of the face. I'm probably missing a ton of comments. I'm going to stop in 1 second here. Try to catch up on some of these questions. Oh my gosh. I find self-portraits harder than drawing other people because I'm pressured to make it look better because I look at myself daily. I mean, it's a good point. I don't really look at myself that much, all that much. I'm not saying ribbit, sorry. I said it once, there you go. Do you have any tips? Don't say practice. Okay, I won't say to practice. I'll say that you should draw every day a lot. So I didn't technically say practice, I just said what I would do. So if you want to get better at something, you got to do it a lot. You got to do it. You know, if you want to get better at singing, you got to just sing. Practice singing. You want to get better at playing the piano? Well, you got to play the piano. You want to get better at drawing? You got to draw more. You want to get better at lifting weights? Well, you got to lift more weights. Like, this stuff is simple, man. Really simple. Just everybody complicates it. Like, just because it's drawing or art, people think like, oh, it's so different than like playing the piano or something. Like, come on, everybody knows how to get better at playing piano. Like, that's why there's something called piano lessons. Like, kids go to piano. They go take piano lessons. Like, there's a reason that exists, because that's how you get better at playing the piano. Like, you take piano lessons. Like, I mean, it's so funny when people ask these questions. It's like, come on, man, this stuff isn't hard. If there's things you don't know about drawing, then there's a huge amount of information online. Like, you could really learn anything about drawing, technical aspects. Like, I mean, there's so much to learn out there. Go watch some videos and then start putting it to use. It's like lifting weights. If you want to learn how to start lifting weights, well, okay, start learning some techniques, like certain exercises, certain things, and then start putting it to use. Like, go to the gym and start doing it. Start doing what you learned. I feel like the lips are too low, which is depressing because I really don't want to redraw them, but I can't keep them that low. It's really unfortunate. I hate when that happens. Alright, I'm gonna see, hopefully I can do this in like an hour. Less than an hour. That's my goal. I don't want to spend forever on here. Take up you guys' time. So yeah, if you want to get better at something, dude, common sense, man. Common sense. Use common sense. I'm not going to say practice, I'm going to say use common sense, because like, that's really what it takes to get better. And if you say, well, I've done drawing every day, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I'm not getting better. Okay, then why? Then ask yourself why. Like, why am I not getting better? What's wrong with your work? Like, why aren't you improving? What could you improve in your work? So then you have to go to the internet again. You got to start figuring out, like, start comparing your stuff to other artists that you like and enjoy. Like, why is their stuff so much better than mine? Is it proportion? Is it, accuracy, proportion, value, edges, shading? Like, there's all these different aspects to learn. Like, probably you already learned about them if you spend a lot of time learning. You already know all these different aspects. So start asking yourself, like, okay, what aspect is it that's lacking in my work that I need to work on? And then you start focusing on that aspect a lot, and you try to get better. Like, if your problem is proportions, okay, then spend like all your time focusing only on proportions. The way to do that is to start doing drawings like, what am I trying to say? start a bunch of drawings. So only draw the beginning. Basically do a bunch of starts. Yeah, this looks like a demon or something. So like if I was practicing proportion, like I would have already stopped by now. Like I want to just do a bunch of these starts, like 10 minutes, first 10 minutes of a drawing. Just keep doing a bunch of those, of a bunch of different things. And then you get better at measuring, about judging proportions. Because if you don't have the beginning right, like if you're messing up from the very beginning, like all the proportions, well then the rest of the drawing doesn't really matter. Like this stuff is common sense, guys, just think about it. Anyway, but aren't watercolors notorious for being quite a hard medium to get the hang of? I don't even have the metaphorical man parts to try them. Yeah, I mean, honestly, they're not, I don't think they're as hard as people make them out to be. They are hard, they're just less forgiving, that's all. You know, it's harder to paint over something if you mess up, but the only way to get better is to keep doing it, you know. A lot of color pencil talk. Yeah, I just began drawing. Okay, we read that one already. I didn't say practice, but blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't like color pencils, the texture and stuff. Everything's weird about them. Yeah, stop answering Ribbit. He just doesn't know. Like I already answered his question. Yeah, I mean, I have almost like 1,000 videos online, so like me alone, there's enough to learn from that. Like, and just the live streams alone, I've done like 30 pencil drawings and pen drawings. So maybe you should go do that. Go do 30 pen drawings and see if you get any better. What's going on, Philip? Thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in. This is a pen and ink portrait today of the same portrait I did watercolor. Is the mouth too wide? I am wondering. Well, let's check it out. Let's see if I really don't want to measure anything, but let's look at it. So the corner of this mouth, where should it line up? Should actually line up, wow, on my pupil. So the corner of this mouth should be way out here, actually. So this one should actually be further out, aka it should be wider than what it is. But the other corner, you're right. So the other corner should be about right here. And just trying to figure out the nose here. So right there, and the nose should come in. The nose should come in a bit, it seems. My head's probably too wide overall, actually, now that I'm seeing this. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. I really don't want to mess with the nose. I feel like it's right, but the measurement says it should be smaller on this side, which I don't really agree with. I think my head's too wide overall. So it says the nose should be like that. Okay, that's not bad, I guess. And the mouth ends about right here. So yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Mouth too wide. You're right. I knew it was a little wide, and I knew I wasn't gonna, just gonna bring it back a little bit, but didn't know it was. I'm gonna make it a little bit wider, because now my mouth just looks tiny. My eyes look a little funny too. I know. I got some issues here. I mean, I didn't even want to get too detailed with the eyes anyway. Like, I don't even want to draw that much of the eyes in there, to be honest. Because I know it's going to take me forever to get it to look right. And I don't want to spend forever to get it to look right. So I don't even know if I'm going to put... I might just kind of keep them in shadow. We'll see. We'll see. I don't really know. Yeah, people do dislike my videos in this stream and stuff. Have you ever painted with number? In my art school, my teacher started off painting with number. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. Like paint by number? I'm not really sure what you mean by with numbers. Like value numbers or what? Yeah, I don't like these eyes. It's so easy to make it look cross-eyed or something, or just weird. I don't want it to get too stiff. I might just draw with no eyes. Like, why even have the eyes in there? Which is kind of funny because usually, like, the eyes are like the main thing of a portrait, but it could be interesting to have no eyes. But let's just see. Let's see if I can get the stuff around the eyes to look decent. Maybe I can get the eyes to look decent too. I just know it's going to take too much work. And I don't want to make like a 3-hour stream. Because I'm going to have to eat dinner soon and all that stuff. I got to live my life a little bit. I don't know why the mouth looks so small on my drawing. It just does not look right. It's probably too sharp anyway, too dark. Yeah, drawing faces sucks, man. I don't know why I'm doing this. I do this because everybody's always asks me, can you draw a portrait? Can you do this? Like, I don't really want to, man. I like doing landscapes and stuff. Nobody ever like, when I make portrait art, nobody ever buys the portraits. No one cares about random portrait faces. No one buys random portrait faces, at least from me. I don't think I've ever sold a portrait painting or a portrait drawing or anything. I've sold plenty of landscape paintings though. So why do portraits? Yeah, later, Ribbit. Get out of here, son. You ain't even listening anyway. Have you ever heard of a proportional divider? Yep. Yeah, I don't really like to use those kind of things because I like strengthening my proportion muscle, like my judgment. I would only use that to to be honest, I only like using measuring as to check my work. You know, I like judging it like this. Like, I haven't measured anything this whole time. The only thing I did was line up where the mouth went. But I didn't even measure the rest to see if it's correct. I'm just it's all guesstimating. And the way to get better at that is just like what I was talking about earlier. The more I spent my whole life drawing and just guesstimating things. And now I've gotten pretty good at just eyeing it up and looking at it. So I think that's a way to get better at it. If you use a proportional divider all the time, you'll never get better at judging it by yourself, because you're always using that crutch, that tool. I'm not saying it's bad to use those, but for me personally, it's not something like I really ever want to get into the habit of using, because then I feel like, if you're at the gym lifting weights and you have this tool that can help you lift the weight for you, you're not going to get as strong as if you just lifted it yourself, and put the work in. So I'm trying to keep that muscle, so to speak, of judging proportions with my eye, I'm trying to keep that strong. So that's how I try to kind of see it. Yeah, I think my face is too wide. I think I made the face too wide. I knew that. I said that a few minutes ago. So one thing I can judge, I can actually measure that real quickly. Let's see, let's just do the skin on my face, not my hair. So we'll just do cheek to cheek kind of. And then, let's see, we'll spin that from the top of my head. Oh, what does it line up to? Like bottom, middle of the nose, middle of the ear. So let's do that on the photo. Yeah, definitely too wide, which sucks, because I'm not going to redraw this thing right now. Like, it should really be like up here, actually. So, yeah, my face should actually be, should I redraw it, guys? I really don't want to do that. So my face should actually be right here. Oh, if I have to redraw, I got to redraw the entire face if I do that. I got to move everything. The nose over, the lips over, the eyes over, everything, the ear over. I got to redo everything if I fix it. Yeah, Nathan, that's a grid is like, if I was doing a commission or something, like I would just use a grid. Because I don't want to screw up anybody's face, but like if I'm doing something like this on my own, like just sketching it, like it's just practice, then I'm just going to not use a grid, because I'd rather just practice. But yeah, if I was doing like a commission or something, work that needed to be done in a certain amount of time and it needs to look a certain way, like, yeah, just use a grid. Big deal. You're still kind of drawing it yourself because you're drawing within those smaller grids. But all right, folks, I'm just gonna keep it wide, I guess, because I'm not gonna redraw that. I'm already, how many minutes in am I already? Yeah, 35 minutes in almost. Let's just keep it rolling. Let's just keep it rolling. I'm a little fatter in this photo. So, and like I said, I don't know if I'm going to put the eyes in. I know it looks a little weird with no eyes, but I feel like it's going to look even weirder with eyes. Yeah, maybe I should just eat more, and then this portrait will actually, this portrait will just match who I am. I might like suggest a little bit of eyes in here, like maybe a little pupil in there. But once I start drawing lines, then it just starts looking very bizarre. So I'm gonna see if I can get away with something like that, like, very suggestive. Like, okay, that maybe there is some eyes in there, but this is where it gets weird. Just trying to find the other pupil. And I gotta be really accurate here. Am I looking at you? Kind of. Looks like one of the eyes is a little too high. So I'm just trying to keep like a suggestive softness. There we go. Pretty close. Somewhat close. It looks a little, I look a little crazy. Because I think my eyes looks like open too wide, it looks like. I need to like darken it. What do you guys think? Is that pretty close? Is that good enough to where I can just start doing the pen and ink? One eye would be bigger than the other. Yeah, loose grid. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I think that's one good method of actually learning to draw. Like if you use a grid, a tight grid with smaller squares, and then you slowly, like the next week, you make the squares a little bit bigger. And then the next week you make the squares even bigger. And then you get down to where all you need is one line down the middle. And maybe one line this way. And then you have, you know, there's just a little bit of grid lines to help you out. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think this looks pretty cool. You know, a lot of this is going to be, this would be all in shadow. I'm going to have to figure out how to shade this once with the pen and ink. Like I said, never done a pen and ink portrait, so this is going to be a little weird. And I'm going to look a little fat, but whatever. I'll be fat today, I guess. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. Just worried about my health, that's all. Oh man, funny comment, Philip. Wow, you have 96 chickens in your yard? That's crazy. That's a lot of chickens, man. Too fat. Yeah, I know, man, it's too fat. Well, yeah, it doesn't look like me because I'm not that fat. Genius. What a genius comment you have there. So enlightening, man. Can't believe it. I think you're fake news, bro. You're saying a comment who I said like 15 minutes ago. We already said it's too fat. You been paying attention or what? Alright, let's do the pen and ink, man. I'm tired of doing this. And everybody's gonna criticize it anyway, so I don't care. You guys are fat. Maybe the camera is tilted. I don't know what you mean. I think my ear is a little too big though. Let's make that. Shrink that in a bit. Yeah, I know. The beard, if I brought the beard in, but I like it. It's not bad. I probably will bring this in anyway. It's not supposed to be that far out. It's supposed to be maybe down here a little bit. But I like having the beard, so it's not a big deal. I mean, the whole thing, the face is too wide anyway. The beard's not gonna, you know. Did you decide against monochrome black? For what are you referencing? Cubs win. I'm gonna do The watercolor next, this next watercolor, I might do monochrome black here. Portrait, if I feel like doing a portrait next time. I don't know if I'm going to. But yeah, today I'm just drawing it because yeah, the camera added 10 pounds. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thanks, Philip. I appreciate that. Yeah, I saw your comment on Instagram. Sorry about that painting, man. It's I can't sell my my plein air sketches, man. I can't do it. I'd cry if I got rid of any of my plein air ones, unfortunately. Oh, this is I'm doing a pen and ink today, Cubs win. This isn't a painting today. This one's just pen and ink. The next live stream, if I do one tomorrow, which I might, I'll do another painting. I just I didn't know what to draw today, so I was like, well, I'll just do a portrait again. And most people have been wanting to see me draw a portrait anyway. You would add a bit more forehead. Yeah, you're right, actually. You're right. Good point. Good point. It might help my face look less fat, too. If I just bring that up a little bit. I don't want to have a weird looking hairline, though. Even though I do already. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, we'll see if I can make the pen and ink. You know, I could just increase the head a little bit. Might help slightly with the proportions. Make me a little less fat, possibly. I mean, it's still going to be too wide, but maybe just increasing the height just a little bit might help it a bit more or something. I don't know. At this point, I'm not too worried about it. It's going to be off. I knew it was. I said it from the beginning that it was going to be off. So. No, I alternate my live streams. So I usually do one watercolor, and then I'll do a pen and ink, and then maybe I'll go back to doing watercolor next on the next stream. And I might do that other portrait. Like, I'll show you guys. I might do the one that's mostly in shadow. I might try that one for the next watercolor. Or I might just skip it and do a landscape and eventually do another portrait sometime. Like I said, people don't like the portraits anyway. I don't know why people want me to do a portrait and then they just say how bad it is. It's like, you wanted me to do a portrait so you could just like tell me how bad the portrait was. Like, sorry, I can't sit here for 5 hours and make it exactly like what the photo is. Like, you know, nobody really complains when the landscape looks a little bit different. But as soon as you do a portrait and it looks a little bit different, then people are like, oh my God, it doesn't look like you at all. It's so different. Oh my God. It's like, well, yeah, dude, this is way more challenging. Like, I can't do this as quickly as I do a landscape. Like, it's just not going to happen. And make it be super duper accurate. Like, if I didn't even measure any of this, I'm surprised I got it as close I did. I didn't even measure anything. Like, I didn't measure, like, this is all just guesswork from me off the top of my head. So yeah, of course it's not going to be, like, it's not going to be as good as something if I sat here and measured for 3 hours. And it's not even what I wanted to do anyway. I don't want to sit here and measure, and like, that's why I'm doing this in a sketchbook on a live stream. I'm just like, you know, I'm just having fun, man. I'm just playing around and getting a little bit of practice in, a little bit of portrait practice. Like, even though it's not perfect, like, it's still practice, you know. But anyway. Oh God, I'm not answering that comment. Yeah, I can't elongate the head because then I have to move all the features. It's not that easy to just elongate the head. If I elongate the head, then I get the eyes got to move, the nose got to move, the mouth got to. Otherwise, it's going to be out of proportion. So I'm just going to keep it a little bit fat. I mean, it's good to be critical. I'm not saying people are too critical, but like I know that it's not perfect. Like that's my point. Like I've been pointing it out. I've said it from the very beginning in this video. Like, you know, this is just a sketch. It's not going to be. I'm not trying to get like a likeness. It's just some practice. That's all. I'm just seeing this as some practice. I'm going to get as close as I can. I'm not measuring anything. But like, just don't. It's not that people are too critical. It's just like their expectations are not in line with what my intention is for this sketch, this drawing, you know, which is fine. You know, it doesn't really. It's like whatever. I'm going to draw this whether you're here watching it or not. I'll draw it if there's 2 viewers, you know. And we'll just do the thing, man. We'll just do the thing. Can you do some more oil paintings? Nah, I'm not going to. I think I'm just about to get rid of all my oil stuff. I've had all my oil all my oil materials sitting in my van for the past few months in the back of my van, and I just haven't donated or gotten rid of them. And I'm not really sure what to do with all the stuff. But nah, unfortunately, I'm just not interested in oil right now. I'm at this time in my life, and I don't know if I'll ever get back into it or not, but I'm too happy with watercolor and the simplicity of it and the challenge of it. Oil painting, I think I'm done with it for now. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people. It's funny, like I've gone through so many changes on my YouTube channel. Like I did acrylics for a few years, and then I did oils for a few years, and I lost all my acrylic viewers. Like my views went completely downhill once I started doing oil painting, because everybody was watching me for acrylics, and then boom, all of a sudden I'm doing oil paintings, and I lost all my viewers. And then I started doing watercolor and lost all my oil viewers. So it's been a difficult ride. It's been a somewhat difficult ride for me on YouTube, and then most of my subscribers find me through those crappy drawing videos I made back in 2013. And I barely do any drawing on my channel. So like all my videos never get any views. Even though I have a lot of subscribers, my videos only get like, 2,000 views or something, like very, very little. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. So I'm trying to just be consistent with what I'm doing now, like with these live streams, like with pen and ink and watercolor. Just try to be super consistent with that stuff and try to build some kind of audience with that. So I'm starting out, I'm just adding some thin lines and like small values and stuff here and there. Kind of just doing this intuitively. I don't really have like a certain way that I'm shading this. I'm just kind of going with the flow here. Do I have a VW Beetle van? No, I don't. I have a white kidnapping work van is what it looks like. It's a little nicer than that, actually. It has windows on it and stuff, but it's a 2013 Ford Transit Connect. That's what I have. But it's cool, man. It gets me to where I need to go every weekend for these plein air adventure videos that I like to do. Plein air adventures that I like. And, it gets me to the grocery store and back. so I can't hate on it too much. And it was free, so I really can't complain. My work gave it to me for free. They were just wanting to get rid of it, so I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I need a car, so I didn't have a car at the time, and I had already been driving it for a few years, just borrowing it from them, and they were looking to get rid of it, so it all worked out. All right, I don't want to make these nostrils super dark, even though they are in the photo. I want to avoid that because they can get kind of distracting. I know they look dark on this video, but they're not really. Promise. Yeah, the quality of that camera is just not that great. I'm really afraid of doing the eyes and the nose. And this, like all the soft parts, is going to be very difficult. But I'm going to do my best. What micron number are you using? I'm using an 05. It's kind of my favorite one to use. In the past, I've used an 08 and sometimes an 03. But I like using the 05. It's pretty nice. Sorry, I'm getting to the comments late here, folks. I've been... if I push you could push on the cheek a bit in, and all you gotta do is fix the ear. No, you wouldn't, because if I push the cheek in a bit, now the nose is off from the center of the face. You get what I'm saying? So like, you can't just push in one side, because then you have to adjust everything to match that. I could push it in, but it wouldn't look better than it looks right now. So, yeah. Please confirm, do you do critique streams on every 10th stream? Yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. So 70, LiveStream 70 will be a critique. I don't know, maybe I'll start doing every 5 streams or something, but I don't know. Right now, every 10th stream seems manageable. Every live stream ending in 0 is going to be a critique / discussion type of stream. Sorry, folks, I'm missing all the comments. Excited to see how you shade side of face. Yeah, me too. I'm not really sure how to go about it, to be honest. I might just do vertical lines, possibly. Or I might do like some kind of diagonal, follow the form a little bit. I don't really know. Maybe that's what I'll do. All I know is I want to get through this quickly because I'm already sick of drawing this. I'm already sick of this, man. Yes, email me with art. Yes, like 1 or 2 pieces. Usually I'll announce it like in this case for livestream 70, I'll announce it like on livestream 68. Like I'm gonna do critiques and for everybody to send me an email. So maybe wait until then. I'll announce it in the future, guys. So like livestream 68, I'll announce it. Like don't start sending me stuff yet, because I mean you can if you want. Like it's easier if everybody sends me kind of at the same time. But if you put like this is for critique, this is for live stream 70 or like the next critique live stream, like then I'll keep it. I'm gonna keep them. I'll have it. So don't worry. You can send them to me now if you want. But yeah, my email's on my website, schaeferfineart.com. So you can go check out my website. My email's on there. It's info. It's just info@schaeferfineart.com. It's pretty simple. So normally the top lip is usually darker than the bottom lip, because light usually can hit the bottom lip and not the top lip. So I'm trying to avoid outlines on a lot of this stuff. So like for my bottom lip, I'm kind of shading around the bottom side. I want like the shading itself to like reveal the lip rather than drawing like a harsh line, because as soon as I draw like a harsh line on there, it's you know, you're done, man. You're done with lips and stuff. Like usually this stuff is very soft. Yeah, I've only done one critique so far. So LiveStream 60 was my first critique. I kind of came up with the idea, you know, a few weeks back to do that. So now it's kind of a cool thing. I think, you know, it gives me time to do a bunch of these live streams, create some art for you guys, and then it gives you guys time to create some art too, for the next critique. All right, this is looking pretty good actually. I'm actually happy about this so far. Why don't you make some catchy videos like comparing colors, mediums, papers, and tutorials? It will increase your engagement. I have a ton of videos like that. Yeah, I mean, I got a ton of, if you go look at all my playlists, I got a ton of tip videos from the past, a ton of, people really like the drawing videos. That's really what, and I have a ton of short videos. I used to do those all the time. I just haven't been in the mood to do them lately. I've done so many tutorials, like, I'm tutorialed out, man. I don't know what there is else to learn or to teach. It's like, people are like, how do you mix color? Well, I already made like 15 videos showing how to mix colors. Like, how many more can I create? Like, I got a whole playlist on color theory, like with a bunch of different color mixing videos. I got so many painting videos that I go through my whole process of how to paint. I have shorter lesson videos for painting. I have shorter lesson videos for drawing. I have longer lesson videos for drawing. It's like people just don't search the channel. I literally have hundreds of videos. I have video, and the popular ones are like the ones you're saying, you know, mixing colors, comparing colors, and all this stuff. But you know, they just, sometimes I make those, I spend a lot of time making them and editing them, and then they don't get any views, and it's like, well, why am I going to make more videos like that if they're not even getting any views? And to be honest, with these live streams, I'm actually making more money with these live streams because I'm selling more art than I ever have, which is cool because I'm able to promote my art. People are able to engage with me. I can engage with people that buy my art and actually talk to them, and like, it's just a way better dynamic, these live streams. And people donate to me on here because they like seeing what I'm doing. You know, they can see the whole process and learn a lot of stuff. You can ask me questions. I don't know, these live streams just seem like a way better, you know, it's like I said the other day, yesterday, somebody just bought 3 of my watercolor paintings. So I just made, in one day, selling some paintings. You know, for the YouTube videos, that would take me 3 weeks on YouTube to make that much money from the videos. But I just made that much in one day from somebody supporting me, buying my paintings, which is awesome. I love it, man. It's awesome. I'm so super grateful. So yeah, I think these live streams are way more valuable to me, and I think they're more valuable to everybody else too. You can interact with me, and you can see my whole process, and you can give me input on what kind of videos you want to see in the future. You know, what do you want me to draw? What do you want me to paint? And I try to make videos like that. Like, I try to answer the requests. I mean, people have been requesting a portrait for so long, and I'm finally doing it today. And I finally painted a portrait the other day. And I'm sure I'll do more of these in the future, more practice portraits. Oh, sorry folks. I got it zoomed in. I couldn't even. I always forget what you guys are seeing. So yeah, I have thought about doing more tutorial videos and more like shorter videos, but I don't know. For now, I don't want to spend my time doing that right now. But maybe soon. I have been thinking about it actually, rather than just these live streams all the time. I mean, I do see the value in all kinds of videos for sure, but all right, I need to work on the eyes and the nose. I'm really avoiding this whole face. Yeah, for me, I mean, the funnest videos for me to make are these live streams and the plein air adventures. Honestly, that's really what I want my whole channel to be about. Like, I don't even care about the other kinds of videos. Like, I have thought about doing more videos I have thought about doing a short video every single day, or like, 4 days a week, like during the weekdays. Like making them all ahead of time, scheduling them. And I did that in the past. I did like a lot of videos like that every day. Tried to be super consistent to try to get more viewers and more stuff. But what I really want my channel to be about is the plein air adventures, because I want to go to different countries. I want to go to different states. Like, I want to be able to travel and document all the places I'm going and like see cool stuff. It would be cool to meet other artists like you guys, like meet some of you guys in different states and different countries, and like do little plein air adventures with you guys, or like little interviews or something, like showing your country or your place and like how you create art and what art means to you and stuff. Like, I'd love to have a whole, like, I'd love for that to be my channel. Like, I think that would be super dope, super cool. But I have a day job, and I just don't have the resources to do something like that at this point in time in my life. But it's something I've been thinking about for like 3 or 4 years now. Like, I've just been wanting to do it for so long. And, I'm just doing my best to make a living from this so I can one day start doing stuff like that. Put these cool ideas on the YouTube, because I haven't seen anybody doing videos like that. I haven't seen any art videos like that where they just travel to different places, interview just random amateur artists like you guys, just random people. It's always talking to like these artists that are already famous and stuff. It's like they don't need more exposure. Like, the random regular people need more exposure. Like, we don't need to keep exposing like all these famous artists. Like, they get enough stuff. They already get everything free from all these companies. They already get all this exposure. They're already well known. Like, what about the people like you guys in my chat that nobody knows? Like, you know what I mean? And what about these other countries and like that nobody really knows about? I don't know. It seems cool to me, but it's just trying to get support for that and trying to make that vision come to life. Like, that's what I want to do. Right now, unfortunately, can't really travel anywhere because nobody's letting America in anywhere, of course, because we don't know how to deal with the virus, because we're dumb. But yeah, one day, I mean, even just traveling around the U.S. would be super cool. I mean, I have a lot of ideas. It's just, I don't want to make these silly tutorial videos that everybody does. And that there's already a ton of tutorial videos out there. Like, what am I going to really add that hasn't been said or hasn't been shown better? I'm not like a super video producer. Like, I don't know how to make like really great videos, and I don't want to spend all my time sitting there editing videos like that. Like, I like the plein air ones, And I like these live streams where I can just talk about nonsense with you guys. Yeah, Elf Chosen, exactly. You know, like that's what I want my channel to be. Like I want it to be live streams, plein air adventures, like vlog type plein air adventure things, seeing new things, you know, beautiful landscapes, new, you know, museums, art museums, but then also having like a podcast as well where I interview artists that were a part of the plein air adventures. You know what I mean? Like that's really exactly my vision. Like that's exactly what I would want to do. Just talk to people, interview some artists and stuff, no matter what kind of art they create. I don't care if they're like a jewelry artist or like, you know, any kind of artist, sculptor, color pencils. Like even if I don't do that kind of art or like I'm not into it really, like I'd love to just see like their mind, their process, where they work, their studio, like see where they live, like what influences them, you know, are they influenced by the landscape around them, you know, like, but it would be cool to go out and paint with random people and, you know, document that, film that, document it, and do like an interview afterwards. Like, yeah, that's exactly. I'll get there one day, hopefully. Hopefully. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Because that's what I want to do. You know, years ago, I would launch my first Patreon. I kind of shut it down a few years ago because it just got too much work. And I have a Patreon now, but, you know, I don't have any perks on there or anything. Like, I'm not really, it's just a place if somebody wants to support me monthly, like they can do that. And I have a few or like 2 on there right now, people supporting me. And I post like some extra photos for my plein air adventure for, you know, reference paintings. People can use them to paint or draw or whatever. You know, I want to add like stuff on there when I can. But what I was saying is that first, I gotta be careful here with this eye. That first Patreon I created years ago, my whole idea was like I wanted to actually fly someone out to me. Like I wanted to raise enough money to where I could fly someone out to me, right? And we would paint around California, film the whole epic adventure, like go to Yosemite, go to like all these epic places, bring somebody from a different place, a different country that's never been here, interview them, like show them around, like do a whole series, like a whole like series of plein air videos, like bring them out here for like a week. And just make a whole epic video series like that. Like I thought that was so cool. And yeah, didn't really get any traction or anything, which is fine. I mean, I know money is like, people don't just have money to give to random people. But that was just my idea, you know. It's just I have a bunch of ideas like that. And I also have ideas of going to where other people live, you know. I kind of made this too dark, that eye too dark. That's a bummer. Like too much. Like I like this eye a lot, like how it's just a little dark. Maybe if I just darken a little bit of it, maybe I'll push it a bit. Now it's really too dark. Gosh darn it. It looks darker on the camera, actually. That's great. That sucks. Maybe if I darken this one a bit, try to match it at least. Even make them both look bad. All right. Anyway, Philip, you're funny. Wow, Bahrain. Never thought of going there. That would be interesting. I wouldn't mind trying it out and just see what's going on there. Okay, so it looks like there's a very small group of islands overshadowed by countries near it. Yeah, that sounds cool. Come to New Zealand. Well, I'd love to. I'd definitely love to come to New Zealand. No doubt. I could probably fill up a whole lifetime of sketchbooks in New Zealand. But it would be cool to go to New Zealand and fill up like 2 or 3 sketchbooks. Like go there for 2 weeks and just paint all day, every day. Film all of it. Do you think art is magic? Do you think art is magic? I don't know. Depends on what you think. It depends on how you define magic, I guess. Well, I ended up shading this face with nothing but straight lines, which it's kind of cool. It kind of gives it this like printer kind of look. Now I just need to get some little subtleties in here if I can. Wow, man. It definitely looks better in person, I'll tell you that. This camera just... It's not the best, Not the best. Let me try to fix this a bit. Not the best quality. Did I miss any questions? Size of paintings. You mean the size of paintings that I do on the live streams? They're usually 9 by 12. The ones on my website, if you click on the painting, I actually have the sizes listed. If you look at my website, if you're on there looking at them, a lot of them are 9 by 12. Some are like 7.5 by 11. I think they're a little bit smaller. Those are ones I did months and months ago, and I never did any of those on the live streams, but all the live streams ones are 9 by 12. The reason for the other size, that weird size, is because it's 1/8 of a sheet of watercolor paper, so it ends up being like 7.5 by 11 or something. It's kind of a weird size. I kind of stopped doing those, even though I end up wasting a little bit of watercolor paper, but I think it's easier for people to frame like a 9 by 12 or something. You know, if it's more of a standard size, it's a little easier for people to get framed. Well, here's the real question. Do I want to use any white ink on this? I don't think I do. You know, there is some highlights and stuff I could put on. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I use any white ink on this? Got the white pen here. I could give it a little more form overall, But yeah, I'm not sure I want to do that. Not too sure. It's kind of cool how you can see that there's eyes there, even though I didn't really like put in lines on there. That's kind of what I was going for. I didn't really want to put, because once you start adding like lines, it just kind of kills it, I think. I mean, it depends. Depends on how big you're working and what you're working with. But I've never really done an pen and ink portrait, so this is, like I said, this is new for me. Definitely new. Maybe just the white on the paper is fine. So you mean just the... Okay, yep. I agree. I think we keep the white ink off. Just leave it. Thick build Raven, no problem. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos, man. I'm really glad they're helpful. Yeah, I agree. I think the white would be too distracting. I think this kind of... You know, if anything, actually, you know what would be cool? You know what might be cool? A little bit of white in the background, actually. Like just down here. Because then it'll give more... What you call it? More relativity to my skin tone. It'll make my skin tone really pop more. What do you guys think about that if I did like a white background? I think I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't care what you guys say. Oh man, I think I might, yeah. I think that would be cool. Hey, how's it going? What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I kept drawing circles, squares, cylinders, etc. every day for a month after watching the Learn to Draw playlist, and I saw a huge difference at the end of the month. Thank you. Hey, no problem. Why don't you try drawing some other stuff, you know? Get like a cup, or, you know, just random stuff around your house, too. What do you think about the videos where people draw realistic faces with just a compass? Well, I think they're cheaters. That's what I think. I want to see them not use any tools. I want to see them use their mind and their eyes, draw something like this with no measuring. That's what I want to see. Yeah, mine's not perfect, but I want to see them do that. That's what I want to see. Anybody can draw something with a compass or whatever, a proportional divider or whatever, but do it with just your mind and your eyes and your hands. Yep, white background. Let's do it. Let's do it. It'll really make my face pop, I think. I just felt like I needed some kind of light in here. Here we go, guys. Here we go. No turning back now. I already put it down. Yeah, we'll start out with just a little bit first. Maybe I don't need a whole lot. But this is going to give, it's going to give a little dimension to my face, I think. It'll read more as a skin tone, because when you have the skin tone matching like everything around it, it just kind of blends, even though you don't really mean for it to. Yeah, let's do a little bit more. Let's do a little bit more, just a little bit higher up. I'm trying to make it like a triangular thing in the background too, so that it leads up to my face. You know, trying to throw a little bit of composition in here. And maybe we'll blend it out a bit. So the way to blend it out is to kind of like space it out a bit more, rather than being so tightly close together. So something like that. It's kind of cool. And maybe right behind my head, I'll fill it in a bit thicker. And blend it out as it goes outward. And I'll have to fix that black line in a minute. So see, a little bit of white like that, boom, makes the whole thing pop, I think, for me. Yeah, it's a white gel pen, jelly roll. It's an 08 jelly roll. No problem, Rays. Glad I inspire you to do some charcoal self-portraits. It's really cool. I use charcoal a little bit. I'm not really a fan of it. It's a little too messy for me. But glad, I think everybody should do what they feel works for them, you know? That's what art's all about, man. Just being, it's personal. It's a personal thing, and not everybody's gonna like using the same mediums or whatever. But the inspiration should just be to create something, you know? Whatever medium it is. Have we forgotten that it's actually a fat version of me, guys? Has everybody forgotten about that already? Because it doesn't really matter in the end, as long as you just get it to look like a portrait. It doesn't have to be perfectly, exactly. See my point? Everybody's complaining in the beginning, like, oh, it doesn't look like it's fat. Da, 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 da. Yeah, whatever, dude. Doesn't matter. I think this looks pretty cool to me. So, you know, it's not perfect. It's not the best. It's not like the best thing ever made, but it's a pretty good effort for how long I've been on here? Hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. So, or yeah, hour and 20 minutes. So yeah, boom, a little bit of white background. Really popped the head out a little bit, and then all I got to do, I'm already overdoing the white background. I didn't want to do that, but we'll overdo it, of course. Why not? So, put some dots in there. I don't know why, but it just felt right. Just needs like a little bit of texture or something. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like dust kind of fades up. Like the lines are breaking up. It's just like a little bit of a value back there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I like that. And I'm gonna we'll fix up some of these lines now. So down here, just kind of refine, because that white kind of went over some of the black. So just kind of strengthen some of that again. Boom, and now it really, really kind of pops when you pushes the white into the background where it should be. So yeah, this turned out way better than I thought it would, to be honest. I really had no idea. Really had no idea it would turn out this way. My next live stream, it could be tomorrow, could be Saturday, could be Sunday. I don't really know. I don't really plan them, but maybe I'm hoping tomorrow. So yeah. I'll point out real quickly here, folks. I have some paintings on my website for sale, shaverfineart.com. Some watercolors for sale, and also some gouache paintings on there too. So definitely check those out. shaverfineart.com, or you can support me. I have a support page on my website. If you click that link, you'll see this page. You can donate to me on PayPal, Venmo. I have some t-shirts for sale with the branding, the Schaefer Art branding. And also you can support me on Patreon. Give as little as $1 per month to support videos like this one. Helps me buy materials, helps me buy gas money to go to new places for you know, the plein air adventures, or, you know, travel across the world, do some plein air adventures, some other stuff, you know. I'm always saving up my YouTube money. I only use it for strictly my art business. So if you guys support me in any way, buying a painting or watch these videos or donate to me, it all goes straight into my art business. It's the only place I use it. It's completely separate from my day job and my other money and income that I have. So however you support me, whether it's just watching these videos or you give a little bit or whatever you feel like doing, it's going to my art and to these videos and to me sharing my process or my adventures or whatever it is. That's where it goes. So now you know. Putting in some very light value here. I don't know. Just seems like it needed a little bit. Probably can't even see it on the camera up there. Not really. But just trying to add a bit more form overall to the portrait. How are you going with isolation and lockdown over there? Well, I mean, nothing new for me. Except now I work from home now, which is great. Instead of going to the office, which is about 1 mile away, 2 kilometers away. I work from home and I don't see anyone, except for when I go to the grocery store once a week. And yeah, it's nothing new. Just how it goes. How are you holding up? How's everybody doing? But yeah, California got locked down like a week or two ago again because we opened everything too quickly. I don't know, apparently the death rate's going down, but the cases rate started going back up, so they locked everything down again, even though the death rate's going down. I don't really know, man. It's all just crazy to me. I have no idea. Like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, but it all seems very interesting. Well, you know, I don't know what else to do to this. Kind of looks like me, a fat version of me. I like the white that I put in there. Glad I thought about that. Maybe I'll soften up this hairline a bit because I don't like how I shouldn't have drawn a line there. I don't know why I did that. So we'll kind of soften that up. You should make merch. I just showed that. Guys, pay attention here. I got some Schaefer Art t-shirts. I need to make some other merch, but there are some t-shirts. I want to do like an illustration of a kitty and have like a kitty portrait t-shirt. That would be pretty cool, I think. You know, I just want to make some stuff that like it's kind of an inside joke with the channel, you know what I mean? Like Schaefer Art, kitty t-shirts. Maybe some mugs or something. I don't know. What kind of merch would you guys want to have? But put your drawing on a shirt. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Would another way of shading be crosshatch? Yeah. I mean, I did some crosshatching in this, you know, on the face. I could do some of it down here. You just do a different direction, like that. since the shirt down here is supposed to be black, you know, I don't mind doing a little bit of cross hatching, but yeah, sometimes I do cross hatching, sometimes I just do these vertical lines, which it looks a little messy on this one. Definitely looks a little messy, but like I said, first time ever doing a pen and ink portrait, so I'm kind of happy with how it came out overall. Can't be too mad at it. Yeah, sorry to hear that about Australia. That's a bummer. Go eat dinner to gain weight. Yeah, definitely. I need to. I'm probably about to in like 5 minutes. If you guys have any other questions right here at the end, just let me know. I would snatch up a kitty t-shirt faster than COVID-19 is spreading. Oh man, yeah. If I could do a cool, like I was thinking of doing like a reverse, what do you call it? So like if it was a dark shirt like this, having kitty be drawn in white, I think that would be pretty dope. So I might do like a digital drawing of that, and then boom, have that as like a digital. It'll make it look like this, you know, like one of my pen and ink sketches, but be all white on like a dark t-shirt. That would be pretty dope, I think. So yeah. I mean, if I make, all right, if I do a kitty t-shirt, I'm definitely gonna order one myself and wear it like on every live stream for sure. No doubt. How long do you draw a day now? I don't actually. This is the first time I've drawn in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something since the last live stream. I only draw on these live streams. That's the only time I ever draw right now. And the only time I paint right now is the plein air videos or these live streams. So yeah, I don't really do a whole lot of art right now with my day job and stuff. So I just do work during the day, and then in the evening I'll do a live stream if I can, if I feel like it. And that's when I do my art. That's when I practice. So that's pretty much how much a day I draw. I don't. Unfortunately. I probably should. I should draw more, but I'm just not a fan of I'm not a fan of drawing. If that it probably sounds funny, but yeah. I'm just not a fan of drawing. I really love watercolor painting, and I would love to just do plein air every day. Like if I could go out somewhere interesting and do plein air every single day, that's what I would do. Make sure Kitty signs it with a paw print. That would be cool. I'll have like a little paw print in the corner of her or something. All right, so here's the question, guys. So if I do a kitty, well, maybe I'll do 2 different designs. So I was thinking, if I do a kitty t-shirt, should I do just her portrait with like her neck? Or should I do like her whole body with her like sitting? So maybe I do both. Maybe I do like a whole full body kitty, and then maybe one like just a portrait with her neck. So that would be cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. What do you do to relax in the evening on the days you don't live stream? Are you a gamer? Not really. Not really. I don't have any gaming systems or anything. What do I do? I watch random YouTube videos. You know, I watch a lot of podcasts. Yeah, I just kind of chill out. I watch interesting documentaries. Sometimes just random stuff, man. Just random stuff. You know, a lot of times I'll go for a drive, or I'll go for a walk, or yeah, just stuff like that, man. Just try to chill out, relax. Sometimes I work on like my website, or I put up more paintings for sale, or I go on Instagram. I do stuff on there every once in a while, or I'll post on Pinterest. You know, I just try to keep things moving with my art stuff. I'll answer a bunch of YouTube comments, which I'm really lagging behind on that. Yeah, but I don't have a dog. That's the problem. I don't have a dog to draw. Everybody sees Kitty on my live stream. She was actually on my lap earlier while I was drawing this. Everybody knows Kitty on my channel for the most part. She's been on a plein air adventure with me a few months ago. I think like plein air adventure 105 and 106. She's actually went. I stayed overnight somewhere in Northern California, and I actually brought her with me. So if you guys want to check that out, you can see her in those series of videos. Take it easy, Ali Shamlan. Thanks for tuning in, man. 5 a.m. Wow. Yeah, you better get some sleep, dude. Oh yeah, I make music. Yeah, you're right. I totally forgot about that. I've been practicing playing Moonlight Sonata on my keyboard. I've been learning that. I'm almost halfway through it. I can play it halfway through. If I could actually bring the keyboard over here, I'd actually play it for you guys, but I'd be a little nervous to play it. But what is IFSCL? I'm not sure what that is. Matthias Donatelli. What is IFSCL? All right, Cubs win. Send me a pic. I'll make one. I'll make a dog T-shirt or whatever if you guys want. But yeah. So I do make my own music actually. In the descriptions of my videos, I think in every description of my videos, I have a link to my Bandcamp. Here, I'll post a link right now actually in the chat. So I have a why can I not type? Okay, there we go. I think it's I'm going to try to type this correctly. What is the link? 1 second, folks. I have it's schaeferart.bandcamp.com, I believe. Here we go. So I'm going to post this. This is all my music I make. Sometimes I make my own music. Did that turn into... it didn't copy the HTTP. Come on, man. Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, so there's a link to my... I don't think it turned into a link because that's my name in it. Okay. Well, anyway, if you guys copy and paste that or check it out... I have, yeah, all the music in my videos that I use, if you've seen any of my latest videos within the last 2 years, it's all my music. I haven't made anything new in a while, but I've been just learning piano on my own. So I'm learning like Moonlight Sonata. I've learned Fur Elise. I learned how to play Fur Elise, at least a small portion of it, like a theme of Fur Elise, so I can play that. Pretty cool. I haven't learned many songs, but I always just play the same ones over and over and over. So I can play Fur Elise, and I can play like half of Moonlight Sonata. It's like a 7-minute song, so it's a lot to learn. But I've just been playing it a few times a day. I'll take a break from my work and play that. And but yeah, anyway. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. So like I said, I have artwork available, schaeferfineart.com. If you want to contact me, my info is on there. Whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about. But I got some paintings available, of course, gouache, watercolor paintings and gouache. Check those out. And you can support me on there through PayPal, Venmo, Patreon, T-shirts. Yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks for... Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't write my own music. It's like hip hop kind of beats. Sometimes I did. Cubs win. Go check out my link. It's schaeferart.bandcamp.com. Go check out some of the music on there. You can check out what kind of music I make. Some of it's a lot of hip hop instrumentals, but there is some piano instrumentals on there, stuff like that. So definitely check it out. Just kind of a combination of everything. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. really appreciate you guys watching, and stay safe, everyone. Take care of yourself. Peace, my friends.